looking at, you've got your kudo gi on. Oh, this is going to be awful. Okay, so from this position, yeah, we're hitting the lasso, so what we're going to do is we're going to kick the leg out, leg goes in, through, so that the shin's going across his bicep. I'm making sure that I'm shooting this foot through nice and deep, yep, and then curling my toes towards my belly. And then this is our starting position. We looked at kind of from the guy being coming down onto his knees and that kind of thing. Tonight we're going to look at something a little bit different where he stays stood up. I know we briefly looked at this as well. We looked at like the triangle and going underneath. But one of the things that I sort of talked about early on in this was grabbing the pants. So we went underneath and grabbed the opposite side pants to get our sweeps, and then everyone was like, oh, you showed me. You know, if you grab this, this is the bit where, if you remember, I said we are going to grip this side as well, but we're going to do it slightly different. Okay, so from this position here, we're going to look at if Jason kind of has this foot a little bit further away. Because if he doesn't, we just grab the foot. So if he brings his foot, come down to here, and we just grip the pants, okay? And then we can start working through our next lot sweeps and stuff. If he steps back, and we need to bring him forward, we're just going to look at this position to begin with. Okay, so from here, I've got a grip on the outside of this far sleeve, foot goes in, and I'm just going to pull him up. Yeah, so now his leg comes a little bit closer. So I'm using this foot, yeah, pushing into the bicep, and then I'm going to use my heel to drive to bring his foot a bit closer. Okay, so this is the start of the move. As soon as we get this, grip the pants. All right. Great. Now, where are you, buddy? Okay, so we hit a lasso position. As we were saying throughout the last couple of weeks as well, I don't want raised hands on the inside of my legs. If raised hands are on the inside of my legs, it's going to be really difficult to hit different types of guards. So if he does do this, we can pull to clear the grips, but I want to start off in the spider guard position. Yeah, hit the lasso. So you see I've created a little bit of an angle there, foot goes in, bring him in nice and deep. Ray moves that leg away so I don't have easy access to grip that leg. This foot goes into the bicep. I'm just going to pull him nice and close. So he takes a big step in this leg. As soon as he's in this position, grip the pants, then go back to the same position with your foot on the hip. Make sense? Give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Thanks. And it's to do with the lasso position. So what we've got different variations of the foot position. So we've kind of got a little bit of this where the foot's on the outside, where it's like a little bit more at the trap, not the trap, the
tricep.
Tricep, thank you. You know, we have the foot kind of just loose, not really doing anything. Let's make sure that we've got a good position with the lasso. Okay, so I'm kicking this leg through straight, and then I'm attaching, yeah, my foot to his back, so it's pulling everything nice and tight. Because what I might be able to do with this, if I relax this, is as I pull in, already get that position where I've got control of the pant leg, yeah, just through that sheer force of stacking with the lasso position. So just be really mindful of kind of what's going on with this foot. This is going to get stuffed. Yeah, it's not doing anything, it's not controlling, it's not bringing his weight forward, it's doing nothing at the moment. Okay, so when I get to here, yeah, I want his weight coming into me. Because this is going to help us when we start looking at things like balloon sweeping and doing that kind of stuff, which is coming up. Woo! After all the stuff that you're going to find really boring. But it'll be the most practical bit you're going to do. Okay, so that lasso's really got to get in there and pull. Yeah, so Ben's doing a good job of defending, so he takes that foot away a little bit. So again, we get to here, bring that foot in nice and deep. If I need to, just move away, foot into this position. First sweep we're going to do, which is a nice easy one. Okay, the lasso leg is going to go on the inside of the thigh to here. Okay, and do you remember what we were saying about guard at the very beginning of all this, and every guard that I ever teach? A good guard has a push and a pull. It also has 3 points of contact. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this should be a very good guard. So I'm going to pull the pant, push the hip, pull the knee. There, into my first sweep. So, hands don't go on the inside. Hit lasso, stack, he defends, so bring that leg forward, grip the pant, put to here, yeah, this leg goes on the inside, push, pull, pull, pull. Start looking to kind of hit the pass straight away. So you see I'm already sliding that leg and that hip over his leg. One more angle.
Booty angle.
Booty angle. Everyone likes the booty angle. Very sure. He's still not impressed, but I love him. Okay, give it a go. 1, 2, 3.
Any questions? Mark, just with that, when you put that spider thing in the bicep, what we found it was more going across to get him forward, to draw him forward, rather than just straight back over your head. I don't know. It's wrong, but.
So you get into here, you get into the spider, and then they're going across this way.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Pulling them round rather than
Yeah.
up.
So like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where you're all going to get a karate lesson now. So what we're not doing is a side kick. Like, ah! Okay, if you do a side kick, we're going to go sideways. Okay, we're using our heel. So my heel, yeah, stays flat like that. Yeah, so I've got my foot flat. I'm not using that kind of side kick position, and it's that's going to help us. Yeah, so I'm not swinging either, and it feels like it shouldn't really work because it's a bit of a weird one where, like, that obviously feels more powerful and a little bit more probably akin to some of the other stuff that we've done when we started playing like Spider Guard, but it's this to here. So I'm using my heel to drive in. I'll come over and you can have a feel of my heel, and hopefully that'll make a little bit more sense. So once we've got a grip into here, yeah, there's some cool stuff that we can do from this position. A lot of this really does depend on getting your hip over. So if you don't get this, it's not a problem, but it's just a cool little thing if you can hit this. We're going to do the exact same thing. So as soon as I start passing, I get into my shoulder. You see how I'm passing this bottom leg behind me as well? Yeah? So not going there, getting onto my shoulder and passing that bottom leg. So from here, pull, pull, push. Pass that bottom leg. Then from here, I'm going to go a little higher. This foot's in here. And I can start attacking from my omoplata. You see how I'm controlling the leg as well? Because I'm flattening him out. I'll try and do this slow. But when you round and your momentum starts going, it just keeps going. So pretty cool though, isn't it? It's better than the other thing I showed you, that balloon bollocks. So here, same thing, yeah. Still getting the same exposure of the leg. Everything's still the same. It's a little better if you get the bottom of the pants, but just grab the pants because you're not going to have much time. Especially with that arm being free, he's probably going to try and strip your grip pretty quickly. So this is another thing to know. Once you've grabbed the pants, you've just got to go, okay? Because he's got that free arm to start trying to strip the grip up and all that kind of stuff. So pull, push, pull. Feed the leg underneath. Get your foot back into that same lasso position, yeah? And then this bottom leg, we're going to pass across. But do you see how I'm on my shoulder? Okay. Invert. Stretch out. Whose first class is this? Right, no pressure. Give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Little option. Once we're in the same position where he's got his leg further back. So, dang, all this good stuff's going on. Yeah, but for whatever reason, I cannot get him to commit in and get that leg close enough so I can get my grip. Okay, so we're just going to look at a slightly different opportunity here. So I'm going to change kind of where I am on my guard as well. So at the moment I've got both hard cheeks on the mat. So I'm going to come across into the same position I was doing when I was actually establishing the lasso position. But instead of going into lasso, I'm just going to put my foot on his hip into here. Okay, and from this position, what I'm going to do is this foot is going to come on the inside and chop. Alright, so you have to be a little bit careful with the back step and stuff. The only thing with this, you can kind of hit it here, which kind of kills the back step a little bit, but for a real good sweep, it's going to have to go down nice and low. So if the person back steps, there's some other things we need to consider. Okay, so I'm pushing again, I've got my 2 pulls going on, and then I'm just going to chop. And again, I'm coming up to start looking to hit my pass and get on top. So remember, we like jiu-jitsu competitions, if you just stay on your ass, you're probably not going to score your points. You have to get up and show that you swept the person. Okay, so again, knees on the inside, get the lasso, make sure it's tucked in nice and tight, yeah, because I still want to try and hit my lasso at this position. It's only when I start getting to here, can't get that leg forward, yeah, to start gripping it, and for whatever reason, just going down and grabbing is just not in the equation. Hit first, yeah, so point the butt out, into your karate position where you're throwing that side kick, a little bit of a push, sweep, and then come up. Okay, so I'm using the hands to kind of bring my momentum up. Does that make sense? One more time? Different angle? Excellent. And the amount of excitement tonight, I might have to save the balloon sweep for later, you know. I don't think I'm ready for it. So again, just can't get that leg forward, onto my hip. Yeah, and using them arms to kind of pull me up. There we go, thank you. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. You know you've been doing jiu-jitsu a long time where you can't really explain why something happens or why your foot's in a particular position. Usually it's because it's been twisted and cramped and fucked up. But one of the things that kind of Stevie and Andy pointed out, when I'm going into this position and I start hitting my angle into here, I'm just putting my toes in, yeah, or even that bit. I'm not putting my heel across, because if I put my heel across there, that's when you can start hitting what's called a steamer lock. Okay, so I'm not bringing my heel all the way across into like his hip position. So, and I think this possibly comes from where I'm placing my foot into here, coming from where I'm trying to kind of adjust my half guard game a little bit. So I'm just doing enough where I can't really capture the heel, and because I've got control of his hands as well, that's where I'm hitting my sweep. So just be a little bit careful of kind of how far you're taking that cross, because straight away that feels very uncomfortable. So that might be something I think I'm doing anyway, but obviously it's a key coaching point which I've missed because I'm not taking that leg across. Has anyone got any questions or anything that didn't make sense? So it's like I said last Thursday, I think it was, like, this isn't going to work for you for the next 3 weeks because everyone understands the patterns, what they're going to do, what you're going to do, and you know, they can start kind of stopping things happen before you get to phase 2 or 3. It's one of these you just need to keep trying and keep adding into your game. You're going to fail probably more over the next 6 months trying new shit than you are, you know, actually hitting out, but that's how your game develops. You know, you put yourself in positions where you're trying to develop new games and things like that. So, yeah, jiu-jitsu, you'll never truly enjoy it. We're making a t-shirt that time. Okay, so grab a drink, let's do some rolling. 1, 2, 3.